Hey, I'm Mark. In today's project we're going to be building a tomahawk out of a lawnmower blade. Lawnmower blades have really good quality steel and everybody throws them away, so might as well make some use out of it. This is one I built a while back, and it's a little different than the one we'll be building today, but this fits the end of a sledgehammer handle, and it's tapered. It's a little bigger this side than this side, and your tool head just slides on and snugs up. When the settlers were homesteading the country, they would only carry their head of their tools with them, and then when they got there they would whittle their handles. And the handle was universal to all their tools. They could whittle one handle and slide it on, use their tool, and then knock it off and slide the other one on there and use it until they had enough time to build all their handles. I've already got one laid out on the blade, so we'll get over and cut it with a torch. I could cut this on my bandsaw, or I could heat it up and put it on the anvil and chisel it off. That's kind of old school how they used to do it. We're still going to be forging it on the anvil today, but now that we got it cleaned up, what I want to do, where it's going to attach to the wooden handle, I'm going to weld a piece of 1-inch pipe on there. But before I do that, since the metal is so thin, and I wanted to have that forged look, what I want to do is thicken this metal all in here. The way we're going to do that, we're going to put it in the vise, we'll get it glowing red hot, and we'll hit it with a hammer. It's called upsetting, and it kind of flares it and it makes it look forged. So let's get to the vise. Alright, we're going to get it hot, and we'll see if we're going to hit it. Again, it's called upsetting. The old blacksmiths, they would have to stop, stick it in the fire every time. What they would have given just for a torch. And I could do it the old-fashioned way, but why not use modern tools? Well, I'm happy with that. We'll get it cooled off and weld it up. Alright, next we're going to forge the bevel on the front. You can see when I hit it, it's going to flare open here on the side, like so, and gives it that nice look to it. And we'll get it good and hot and bang it out. So let's get the fire lit. You can kill it. And we'll get it good and hot. This takes a lot of hammer skill to hit it just right at the right angle. Got to get it just the right temperature. You don't want too much oxygen either in your torch. My left hand is holding up to keep it at the right angle. Heat it back up. time ought to do it. Alright, now that we've got the point beaten out, forged out on it, and the upset done, the next thing we're going to do is, I got a piece of 1-inch pipe that I'm going to stick weld onto here, and then we'll heat it and forge that to fit the end of the hammer. So let's get that set up to weld. Alright, I got it welded. I put 3 passes on each side. Now we'll get it cleaned up with the grinder, and then we'll forge that to fit the handle. Alright, next we're going to work on getting the blade part tapered out and shaped the way I want. While we're heating this up, I've made a tool, a die that's about 20 thousandths smaller than the wooden handle we're going to do. And I've got it smaller on this end and bigger on this end, and we're going to drive it in from the top so that when the wooden handle comes in, it'll be able to flare open with the wedge and it'll lock it into place. I think it's about hot enough now. I had to make it 20 thousandths smaller because it's not going to be a snug fit. So, you can see it pretty well in line. Give it a quick tool down. And the wooden handle should fit right in there. And we'll be able to flare it open. We'll get it cleaned up real well, and I'll give it a coat of paint, and it'll end up looking like that. And you can still see where it says grass side on the metal. Well, this is the finished one. We got it painted up. We'll go ahead and attach it to the handle, slide it down. We'll take it to the bandsaw and cut off the extra stock. Now we'll put the wooden wedge in the groove, get it locked in really tight, and we'll take the metal wedge crossways in it. You can see how much it flared. I like these little tomahawks. They're only about 13 ounces. They're not near as heavy as a hatchet. So if you're carrying them on a backpacking trip, they're real handy, and they chop really well. And not being so heavy, and they come in handy. So let's go try it out on a tree and I'll show you. It chops real well. If you're interested in buying these, we sell them for $50. Just contact me through YouTube, and that includes shipping to the continental US, as long as I can keep finding used lawnmower blades. Thanks for watching.